This is very similar to your question of last week, which I'm doing something to try to fix something and it's not working. I'm doing something to try to fix something and it's not working. And it's not working because these kinds of things aren't fixable in the sense that you're trying to make that happen. Does that make sense?
Yes. So that means, I say, okay, this is happening. I'm not going to resist it. And, I do different things. So how do I accept, what do I do with it? Is this my inner child? Should I be more loving to it? Okay, that didn't work. Should I just observe it? Okay, but I'm still feeling it. Like maybe it just takes time, a lot of time.
But inside what you're saying, there's a goal. And
yeah, right.
What is your goal? Because I think that might be the problem.
To not feel so bad every morning when I wake up.
That's the problem right there. That's why this is frustrating for you. You're still trying to get rid of it. You're trying to change your experience because you don't like the way that you feel. And change is the same as getting rid of. We either want to change something or we want to get rid of it. The only thing we change, I want to say this in like bold font, the only thing we change is how we relate to our experience. We don't change the experience.
Right.
That may change how the experience is, but that's not our business. So, and I want to go deeper with this. It's because when you relate to any of your experience with, oh, okay, it's this. Oh, this can be here too. Welcoming this, allowing this. You're actually consciously doing what consciousness always does anyway. And that's where this shift of identity is the most essential realization that can happen. Because when you're trying to fix something, and this is for everybody, when you're trying to fix something, who's the you that's trying to do the fixing? There's a person who has an opinion, who wants to use tools, who wants to, change this other experience over there. And you don't have control over that. Because the entity that's trying to do the changing isn't even real in the first place. And the trying to change this other experience over there only reinforces that separate identity, because now it's the identity of someone who wants to do it and can and keeps failing at it. That's the separate identity. The identity, it's a way of defining yourself.
Right.
It's a way of defining yourself. So the whole approach needs to shift. Not use the right tool to get rid of the thing or to change the feeling. The whole approach to it has to shift. So take that in. Yeah. So what would that new approach be if you are not the one trying to get rid of, change, alter this feeling so that you feel differently waking up? That's not your goal. To feel differently waking up. Your only goal is to be with what is fully. And then what happens is not your business.
So I shouldn't be lying there thinking, oh, this is your mother. You don't want to be your mother. Or I shouldn't be lying there thinking, just give yourself permission. Can't you give yourself permission? I shouldn't be doing any of those things, right?
There's more of it, I shouldn't be doing those things. So let's use a more loving language is, can you just be with it? Can you can you notice, this is what consciousness does. Oh, this is happening. This is arising. This is getting stronger. This is getting less strong. It's just the noticing of it all. Simply the noticing of it. And right. Loving it. So, I'm a big fan of loving the inner child. Like I like that. But not with the analysis, like this is my mother and this is, just like, here's this struggle. There's this struggle right now. You don't even have to define it very much. There's a struggle. You just call it that. and just like love that struggle, because it's the indication of something challenging in you and something unresolved and something that is making you feel separate or identify yourself as separate. And it wants love. That's the only, again, this gets very simple. It's like, this is here. I'm going to give it some love. This is what I do. I know my patterns very well. And I wanted to mention this today anyway. Like, I know, I've studied this so much. The biggest problem in my childhood was emotional neglect. There wasn't abuse. There wasn't but there was, basically I was ignored most of the time. And I know that that's made me pull away from people, from things, from situations, and it makes me go into my head and it makes me figure things out and try to, just make it right. I just do a lot of mental activity with that. So I know how that whole thing works. And it definitely makes me not so available in relationships. And I see it now. I see it. It's like, there she is, the little one. I give her some love. That's enough. At this point, that's enough. But it's because I know that so well in myself and how it comes.
Yeah.
So if there's a goal, that's the goal, to know how these things work in you so well that, that you can see when they're here and, notice them, welcome them. Here you are. And then that's it. For as long as it takes, and takes means takes to get something done. It's not even that. It's just like, here it is. This is your moment. And this is the timeless. This is right where psychology and spirituality meet, because it's in timelessness, right? So it's not like, I'm going to do this for 10 minutes and then it should be okay. No, it's like, this is what's being offered here. This is the flow of life in this moment. This is how it is. And our only job is to be with it as it is. Great.
I'm not going to say anything, because tomorrow morning, if I have this recording, I'm just going to play your voice. And I don't even want to hear myself. I just want to hear you.
Excellent. Very good.